And it's been a very long time since we decided to dive in to the pits of hell and lose our sanity a little bit more than what we already have. So, for the first time in a long time, let's go back to Limbus Company. Shall we? Let's go live. Excuse me. What is up, everybody? It's me, Johnny G, and welcome back to the channel and to the stream. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time out of your day to hang out here while we're live. And for those of you watching on the VOD, you guys are awesome as well. Thank you so much for being here. Gothic already in chat. What is up, my friend? For whatever reason, I wanted to call you a little angry potato right now. Don't ask why. That is the first thing that came to my mind when I seen your wello. What is up, Biotech? How are you doing too? Hope you guys are both doing well tonight. It's been too long. We have not jumped in to Limbus Company and continued. We recorded 2 parts previously, and that's been pretty much it. There has been no continue to my play, which it is what it is. I've been wanting to get back to. And I've been wanting to continue the story, so that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to go live for a little while here. Maybe 2 hours tops-ish, whatever. And then we will enjoy a little bit of this story and see how we can fare in this crazy, bizarre, dark fantasy world. Angry Potato, yes, I don't know why, but in my mind, when I seen your wello, the first thing that came to mind was to call you an angry potato. I don't know why. Again, I'm just strange like that, so gotta ignore me sometimes. All right. Volume seems to be working good. My mic seems to be working okay. If not, if anything goes wrong or weird, just let me know tonight, chat. I hope everybody's doing well. It is Thursday here. We've got one more work day to get through, and then it's the weekend finally, and I've got lots and lots of plans for the weekend. Tomorrow we've got our Fortnite stream as usual, and then over the weekend we got some other stuff planned, and we'll figure that out. What we're doing each day depending on how I feel. But possibly some art, possibly some Ace Attorney, and there's another game that I want to play. But all right. Close to 6,000 again to try to pull for shoe. Oh my. Hey, give it a shot. I was talking to 7 a.m. earlier over on, what's it called? Blue Sky. And he had to spark for Shoe, it appeared. So, wanted both Shoe and Neon, and only got to get Shoe. Neon didn't come home, unfortunately for him. Funeral to Dead Butterflies, Friday where I am. Oh my. Well, I got about 22 minutes and then it's Friday for me. So, we're getting there. We're getting close, but all right, let me get the game loaded up here. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time, and then we'll get jumped in. Okay. Seems to be working. Now, again, guys, I am still testing out this clipping system in OBS, so if we see any lag, any kind of issues, let me know. We will adjust accordingly, but it should work okay with games like this. It doesn't seem to do too bad with some heavier games like Fortnite and whatnot, but with Limbus, with Arc Knights, these games, it's been pretty good so far. So, all right, seems pretty good. So let's go ahead and switch over and see if it picks up on the game here. We got a little bit of lag. The game's trying to load too. Oh, I got to do a download. That's probably why. Specific window. I may have to do a display capture on this. I think I had... Oh, no. There we go. I got it. Cool. Meanwhile, I'm saving for Exu. If no other PL members get alters, then I'll try to grab Shoe up next. Good idea. I'm starting my savings for Exu on my other account. Just because I don't have anything else to pull for yet. I did my 300. All right, so let this continue its update and then we'll jump in here. No data. What the heck? Did my stream just tank? No. There it goes. Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay, got all my Go Live posts and stuff done here. All right. So again, guys, it has been way too long since I've played. Ooh, we got some maintenance giveaway there. It's been way too long, but I have gotten on occasion for different things, for, you know, stuff in the mailbox and whatnot. Our friend of the channel, Musy, has always alerted me to when we've gotten stuff in our mailbox, so I've had to jump in and use it. And I haven't done any changes yet to my team in this since then. I have lots of new stuff, though. Okay. And my stuff. So... okay, we're gonna stick with those. I didn't check Ego for Don Quixote. Okay, Mersal. He seems interesting. Okay. Okay, Dimension Shredder Honglu. That is one of my favorite egos in terms of artwork. Okay. I'm gonna keep that one for him. Okay. I've heard of him so far. We're gonna hold off on that. Okay. And there we go. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Holy crap, chat is moving. Hold on, people. What have we got going on here? Okay. She's months away, so you have time to save. Yeah, we got a few months before Exu Alter hits, at least, thankfully. So good saving time and time that I can start some farming. This way I don't have to spend when she gets here. Never seen actual gameplay of Limbus before, so wish me luck. Well, you're gonna see probably awful gameplay, so good luck. It's been long enough since I played that I really, it's gonna take me a bit to get used to this. Doing touch-ups to the chibis. For some reason, Sora's seeming kind of off-putting. Why? That's kind of strange. Is the Discord ready? Mostly ready. I am, still testing the onboarding portion. Everything else is built, ready, permissions and stuff are set up, roles are set up. We just need to do onboarding tests, a couple more of those, and then I think we'll be confident to release it. If I could get some time to maybe do that tomorrow or Saturday or something, we could release it over the weekend, which would be awesome. I am excited for that, but everything else is pretty much done. I just haven't had the time to go back and work on Discord, the onboarding stuff. Lucky! Hi, Lucky! And Musy, you're both here! Everybody's excited for Limbus Company. So glad I'm back in time. Well, while everybody's settling in, I'm just trying to figure out redoing my team, because I have a lot here that I have no idea. I'm kind of keeping mostly the same as what I had last time. I switched over to Faust, my Faust there. Don Quixote staying the same. I'm not sure about Ryoshu yet. Got a Mirasalt, Honglu, Yeah, I really have no idea what I'm doing with any of these yet. So she's covered in goo. But all right, I think we're just gonna stick with what we have for now. We will roll with our team as it is, and then just continue from there. And we'll learn as we go. Oh, well, uh-oh. Send the invites when it's ready. I will send out invites when it's ready. It'll get posted and pinned to my social medias, as well as I'll have it where it's going to pop up in chat as well. I'll have the timer, so you guys will see that there. But okay, we're going to pick up with the main thing here, because I have a little bit of lunacy. I could extract a couple times, but it'll probably get nothing. Yeah, we got nothing. Extract again. Yep, we got nothing. That's all right. I'll have to save up and go for it a little bit more, because I want that. I want Don Quixote. Okay. All right, so we are... Where are we? What is this? Interesting. Okay, so we are Canto 2. Should be good to use anyone. Usually you want to build around status effects. Okay. A cure from me would make it easier, maybe. A cure? I'm not sure I know what you mean. I'm confused. Her smile and eyes are a bit off-putting, kind of uncanny. But I don't know what to do to make her not as spooky. And by the way, adding highlights to the eyes make things worse. Okay, well, I'd have to see it to kind of know what you're getting at there then, but you might just have to redraw a little bit of the eyes and stuff, but sounds fun. She could be a horror Sora. Sounds fun, Gothic. I got the Dawn Ego, but won't be using it. Won't be using it until the next 6 months. Okay. I'm sure you'll explain why eventually. Wait a minute, I guess my being here alone is a spoiler, right? Maybe? I'm not sure. Nice, Gothic. I'll show you. We know nothing, Plague Doctor. I'm scared. Maybe I could cure you. Oh, God. You sent it. All right, hold on 1 second. That's not off-putting. She actually looks adorable. You know what she kind of reminds me of? She's got a face similar to the Vault characters from Fallout, with the beady eyes like that and the big wide smile. But I don't think that's off-putting. I think she's really cute. I think you did good with that. Also, I can't. I'm nearing finished with the drawing. Well, that's not good. I mean, it's good that you're nearing finished, but not good that you can't fix it. But again, I think she looks cute. I think she looks adorable. Maybe a little bit staring off into spacey, but you know. You're the fourth, my child. Uh-oh. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go into Canto 2, The Unloving. Played Limbus, but I've never gotten used to the ego system. I'm still learning. I'm still learning as we go here. So trust me, I'm not too far off from where you are. Don't worry. And again, it's been long enough. It's been long enough since I last played and recorded that I don't know where we're going. I don't know what we're doing. I'm kind of screwed. Really need Plague Doctor again in LobCorp. I'm gonna be getting into LobCorp soon. I will get started on that, and then Library of Ruina. Hopefully soon as well. Ego is just their ultimates. I will bless your next runs. Kind of looks like she's staring into my soul. I mean, she might be. let's go ahead and start. I gotta get used to stuff here again, so don't mind me. And let me know if the volume's messed up at all, but alright. The bus wasn't all that lively. I could hear Rajia's occasional quips, or Heathcliff starting pointless quarrels with someone, probably Don Quixote or Sinclair. And Ryoshu's demanding a source of heat to light her cigarette, having run out of lighter fluid. Amidst the gripes and disorder, Gregor was pretty much the only sinner I could rely on to willingly turn the mood around. But now, he was one of the quietest. He was just staring out through the window, seemingly lost in deep thought. One thing was for sure. If anyone were to blame for trashing the mood on the bus, it'd be Virgilius. Egos are the extermination of geometrical organs, manager. They're usually come from abnormalities like us, neither given by us or taken hardly by you. Ooh. Lobotomy Corporation is hellish to play. Mainly because no characters caught my eye. The heck, the only reason why I'm into Arknights is because Texas and Lappy caught my eye. Ruina was fun as a Limbus player. Cromer is kind of like Lappy. Are you telling me there's a character that I'm gonna like if they're similar to Lappy? We have a problem then. I hope I'm saying this right. Vichada? Hello? Hi, welcome in. Alright, let's continue. The road to the Golden Bough was an awfully arduous one, putting us on the brink of death, and some past that several times, not to mention the occasions when we almost ended up unemployed. Yet Virgilius refused to see from our perspective. Given the circumstances, it's only natural for our sinners to be palpably disgruntled. Tired of the silent treatment, Ishmael spoke up. Couldn't you tell me where our next destination is now, at least? Oh, sorry about that. I was wondering whether briefing the mission to you miscreants would be worth the effort. You're hurting me with your cold shoulder. Don't you know the kids falling behind need more love? Let me plead you not to embarrass me this time. I sure don't want to look like a teacher taking a bunch of grade schoolers out for a picnic. I have high hopes for you in particular, Rodion. You might just make a good guide for this tour. Okay. Huh? I know I'm a big deal, but I don't think I can be a guide for a place I don't know. No worries. We're heading to a location you should be more than familiar with. A nest of hedonism, where you can drown in money or be drained of everything you have. Sounds kinky. Alright. J-Corps. Ooh, okay. Not sure what that is. Sounds bad. Great. Even Rajia has gone quiet now. Well, I suppose it won't be so bad to win big while we're at it. Boy, someone wake me up when we're there. Coincidentally, the bus will be unable to take you right to the branch building this time, dear passenger. Charon, park it. Charon? Let's park. It means stop. Stops are red. Red tastes bad to Charon. Grumbling, Charon hit the brakes without warning, sending most of the sinners flying face first into the seats ahead and flinging others off theirs. I was, of course, powerless against the inertia. A cacophony of complaints and shouts erupted, although I didn't get to hear the sinners' ramblings in clear detail. I'm willing to bet a good half of them were profanities, so maybe I'm better off not knowing. Good to see you all full of energy. Now out. The destinations still seem rather far. Will you call the taxi for us? I will say a fun fact. I will say a fun fact. I'm actually doing an audition for a Honglu and a dub of some Limbus Company stuff coming up. So yeah, that's going to be something I record here soon. It's going to be just a fun little video for a casting call club project I found. So yeah. All right. You might hate Cromer actually, but she's my favorite character. I'm gonna still look Cromer up. Cromer, blasphemy. Stories are voice acted. Yes. And it's cool so far. I really like the Korean voice acting, so I wish Arknights did that. It's very good. This is chapter 2, though, but it's more of a silly chapter. Okay. Casting call. I love that for you. Is it still open? Yes. I'll send it to you on Discord after we're done with the stream tonight. I'll send it over to you because it's actually being done. They're dubbing the new Purchase Nacht, and it's one of the people that's involved with the Library of Ruin dub that I'm in. So they started a casting call for it. So I'm gonna do a Honglu and potentially a couple of the others. We'll see. But I really like him so far. I've gravitated towards him as a character. So yeah, that's why he's my first interest in doing that. But all right. The destination still seemed rather far. Will you call a taxi for us? As Miss Faust will explain in detail, this mission is going to be quite different from our last, Dante. This is because the location of the Golden Bough is in the underground of a casino. Casino? I'm familiar with that. Do you mean to tell us that it's among the brightly lit buildings standing at the center of that street? That's right. It's one of those. The lobotomy branch facility we infiltrated last time was one that had been neglected for quite a while. So you mean that was the exception? See, it's times like this that remind me our team doesn't necessarily lack critical thinkers. It really does make me wonder how you managed to blunder your previous mission even more. The Golden Bough is a potent energy source holding the essence of many technological marvels. Such founts of energy will attract flows of wealth and people, and in no time a whole civilization is built on top of it. Therefore, it's likely that the future destinations will have been occupied by other factions and their structures, which in turn indicates that we should be prepared to visit a wide variety of venues in addition to the casino. It also means that your first mission was a relatively easy one, yet you somehow snatched defeat from the wide-open maws of success. Does he usually hold grudges that long? Don't ask me. We haven't known him much longer than you have. What did he say again? Something like, "Welcome to Limbus Company, I'm your guide, Virgilius," and all that. Pretty good impression, wasn't it? You got his authoritative tone down to a T, I'll give you that. I had to hold myself back from asking if I could resign right after joining. I get the feeling the rest of you thought the same. Nonsense! 'Twas a day to go down in history. Second by the red gaze himself, truly there is no honor greater than a color addressing you. Huh. I guess he does have a fan after all. True that. With their spirits lifted, Rodia and Gregor began to chuckle. That's more talking than necessary. I really do not wish for there to be impetus behind a third rule for the bus ride. Come on, give the employees some room to badmouth their boss. You're being totally petty. Next time, do it out of earshot. I'm more fragile than I look, you see. Right, time to get up and at it. I sure hope you come back with a golden bough in your hands this time. Oh, that's right, at the end of the last one, it got stolen from them. Okay, I remember that. And if we bugger it twice, who knows? God might suddenly forget what button to press to open the door for you. Button, red, yucky color. Okay, she doesn't like red. You're one daft bloke. Uitgan? And that means shorthand for useless idiotic travelers. Go and abscond now. Heathcliff glared at Ryoshu, insults welling up in his throat, only to then expel a loud sigh. He resigned uncharacteristically, as if he came to the realization that killing her wouldn't solve anything. Okay. Thank you, that's awesome. I wish you luck. Well, if you happen to audition, I wish you luck as well. Faust? Yes, Faust! Based on the play. Cool, I was thinking Arknight's Faust. Arknight's Faust is cool. When I hear the name Faust, though, I either think of that, I think of Limbus Company, or I think of Faust from Guilty Gear. Oh, Faust. The child sold thy soul to devil. How pathetic. Playing Doctor being cute in the chat. That's what we need. We need a little added cuteness in the chat. All right, so let's go to the pawn shop. Enter. Who did I use last time? I used everybody here. I think I had Sinclair on my team, but I pulled him off when he got beat or something in the one thing for me. Let's roll with that. The battle. Chloe, I feel good today. Found 5 people to cure. That was unexpected. We may reach more yet. Plague Doctor is the PFP. Yeah, I'm just picking up on that myself, Gothic, so don't you worry. Allow me to give a rundown of the plan. Our primary objective is to infiltrate the casino unsuspected. It will be critical for the successful recovery of the Golden Bough. According to the information we've acquired, the casino has 3 entrances. One for ordinary visitors, one reserved for VIPs, and lastly, the back door used by employees. We'll split into 3 groups of 4 sinners to cover each entrance. 4 of us will disguise as croupiers, 4 will pose as guests, and 4 will play the role of VIPs. Working in small groups will certainly draw less attention. It is wiser to divide rather than unite. Open the envelopes I gave out to confirm the role you've been assigned. Also, the higher-ups expressed concern over our performance. They stressed that the company's future plans hinge on whether we can retrieve the Golden Bough through this operation. Therefore, we will collaborate on a joint operation. Joint operation? Our partner is a Special Forces unit consisting of professionals and veterans. I believe they are now monikered the LCC, short for the Limbus Company Clearance Department. Okay. Rest assured that they are our betters, at least in espionage operations. I thought 12 people was already a crowd. Guess someone finally realized that more isn't always merrier. Wowzer! I haven't met staff from other teams before. Just where could they be? I love him. He's so funny. Kind of adorable, too. Honglu looked around, expecting Faust to bring them forward for introductions any second. Needless to say, no one showed up like he expected. We'll be heading to the pawn shop. Is pawning still a thing these days? We're in the so-called Pawnbrokers Avenue. Most businesses double as pawn shops here. The place is our rendezvous. Let's head inside. Okay. Let's see if I can remember anything. Oh my. Okay. What do we got here? Oh, it's been a while, chat. Here we go. What do we got? What do we got? We got a dominating. Okay, let's just do that. Keep it rolling, will you? Okay, Dante. We'll keep it rolling. Chill. Okay. Favored or yeah. Ooh. Not bad. Okay. Do again what you just did. You have another crushing blow in you, right? Okay. Go for many names, actually. Actually seen this girl in some fan art before. Shush, don't give too much away. Love how you smiled at Honglu there. Is that a bad thing? Each of those bubbles is a skill. See, I remember a little bit of like how these work, but I can't remember. Like I used to have it in my head, and I do have my notes up on the other screen, so it's gonna take me a while to get it all back. But I do remember how some of this work based on the skills and like the count of each skill, you know, which ones are which, but I just have to get used to the colors for each of the IDs that I'm using and stuff here too. and I know these are the coin flip counts and stuff like that, so... Alright, we'll figure this out. But for now, this is probably mostly going to be just a throwing everything. Oh my. Oh, I love that. I love that Don Quixote. She's been great for me so far. I mean, look, she just practically soloed him. Ain't you too many visitors at once? The shop's cramped as is. Y'all prefer your luck of the draw from trumps or mahjong. As we entered the shop, we were met with the gruff greeting of an old pawnbroker. What's that blighter on about? Am I the only one here who read up on SJ? Virgilius gave us a pamphlet to peruse before we left. Well, I think I remember glancing at the cover. Here, you'll get loaned different amounts depending on your fortune for the day. If you draw a great boon, you get extra cash. Well, misfortune means far less than what the pawn is worth. Ah, that reminds me. Our family had hired dedicated fortune tellers. He drew a greater boon for me in the divination they performed before I left. That must have been a sign that I would join all of you wonderful people on our journey. Wow, really? So indulging in lofty leisure on your grand estate was your fated life. Maybe I should pray that I'm born that rich if there's a next time. I'm good. It's well-off folks like him that tend to play dirty. You might be right. I didn't like to get along with my younger sibling in childhood, always trying to cheat and grouch if things didn't go as desired. No, that's not what I was getting at. So you want to get your fortune or not? Forget about that. Do you people even have anything to pawn? I'm not seeing any wealth on you. The pawnbroker glanced over each sinner with a dubious look until his eyes landed on me. Oh, that clockhead might be worth a good sum. How much do you think they sell for, old pal? Rodya, I'm not for sale! As you were likely contacted in advance, we are from Limbus Company and... Unfortunately, neither the sinners nor the pawnbroker were paying any attention to Faust's words. I did bring this handkerchief with me when I left home. Oh, a dragon embroidered on silk. That's some meticulous needlework, which might net, let's see, several million... A crummy piece of cloth is worth that much? Have your eyes rotted out, old geezer? What? You don't recognize the value of this quality. Now I see. You're wearing a shabby ring like it's true treasure. Tisk tisk. What did you just say? Jeez, cut it out. Dante, please shut them up. You had us worried, Faust. Amidst the chaos, a most gentle voice softly landed on my ears. We were meant to meet each other at 4, but 15 minutes had passed already. Surely you couldn't have forgotten how to read a clock, right? Certainly not. There was little I could do to alter the driver of the bus. Aha. So you're taking a clock person with you to help with time. I suppose they didn't come with an alarm. The gentle voice was soon followed by one that didn't even attempt to hide their disdain. Come on, that's a little harsh. Let's try to leave better first impressions. I know my voice won't be heard by anyone other than the sinners, but I still can't help but get upset at rude remarks. Oh, so it was you. You guys are the team that botched the Golden Bow retrieval last time. Folks had high expectations for your team. What with some of the smartest people in the city being on it. No wonder. Miss Faust wasn't looking very pleased. My faces remained constant. Hey, what are you standing around for? Go on. This fellow here is also the brainy sort. Don't brush him off. Heathcliff gave Yi Sang a sideways glance, but what he got in response was lukewarm. I shall not, as that would be a hollow vaunt. But you were a lot more talkative down in that basement. Who are you, and what did you do with Yi Sang? I am, and have always been whom I match in the mirror. You... forget it. Our first mission was devised with failure in mind. We needed an opportunity to see what potential our sinners held. Wait, it was? A plan whose purpose is to fail. Could hardly qualify as a proposal. By the way, where's Virgilius? I agreed to assist with the operation mainly for a chance to get to see him. He must have been embarrassed. Imagine accompanying people like this. Is that why he dropped us off so far from the place? Because he was ashamed of us? Doesn't anyone have a thing to say about us being belittled? And won't all the boasting and bluffing not do much if we don't introduce ourselves first? These two will be our cooperators for this mission. They're from the Limbus Company Clearance Department, also known as the LCC. The before team of clearance, please. I'm Sod, and this here's Effie. Interesting. What are we supposed to clap or? Wonderful, it's a pleasure. Ong-Lu was the only person on the team welcoming them with total sincerity. He almost even gave a standing ovation. Wow. His just, like, bubbliness right now, it's kind of infectious. A good half of the rest stared at the two with cold eyes, and the others wary until introductions were finished. Wow. It's a good thing. Wow, she's cool. I actually don't have that one of her. I like her. I like this Don Quixote. She's really cool. Manager level increase. Let's go. Isn't there a person named Faust outside of the games? Yes. Yes, there is. Okay. 2-3, a flawless plan. This looks like... Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Okay, so there's story. All right, cool. Enter. Now, for this mission, we'll basically spoon-feed you everything. All you have to do is open wide and chew up your simple tasks. Check the documents in this envelope and do exactly, precisely as the papers say. The way Sod dragged out that vowel needled me a bit, but I decided not to argue. Even if I did, the ticking of a clock would be all she'd hear. There's not a lot of joining together at all in this joint operation, is there? You're just telling us to follow from behind. This is insulting. Are they taking us for lubbers or what? Look, manager, we've got to put our foot down and do as they say, I guess? Huh? The documents they gave us, they're flawless. Look at this. It has routes drawn out and everything. It's been ages since I saw a plan this clear and meticulous. Surely. This is certainly indicative of their knowledge in writing up proper plans of operation. This isn't to say that it holds a candle to the level of forethought you display, manager. Convinced by Ishmael's commendation, I opened the envelope and carefully read the rundown of the operation. The goal could be summarized as the following. Reach the top floor of the casino. The main reason behind organizing this plan was the first place prize for the table game to be held today. According to the papers, winning the competition held on the top floor of the casino is the only way to gain access to the area with the golden bow. 4 syndicates that jointly bid on the casino will be playing in this game of chance. Of the 4, we will be using the name of the infamous Ting Tang Gang? The name doesn't necessarily reflect the nature of an organization. That's a shallow prejudice. It is unideal for one to choose to see things through the tinted lens that is biased. Right. Back to the plan. We'll disguise as the boss of the Ting Tang Gang and win the game of chance. Wait a second, isn't that the Ong-Lu? Musey, you'd be able to tell me, isn't that the name of the Ong-Lu, is it an identity or an ego or whatever, where he has the Hawaiian shirt, the one I said I wanted because of the artwork? I think I told you about that before. Because if so, I still like that, and that is a potential cosplay idea for me in the future, just because I love that look and that shirt. And I'm sure, chat, most of you probably remember the fact that I've talked about having Hawaiian shirts, a huge collection of them. So I just love that style of shirt. Yep, Ting Tang Gang boss, that's him. All right, perfect. So I recognize that name. Yay, I did something. Afterwards, we have to go to the underground floors where the golden bow lies. Leading up to the game, we'll use the items and clothing we can find in pawn shops to disguise as our given roles, enter the casino, and wait for the team on the top floor to win the game. That's about it for the outline of this plan, I think. Hey, wait a second. Won't this entire thing fall apart if our player doesn't win? We prepared fake identification as well. It's just in case the casino security runs random inspections on visitors. All right, that's all fine and dandy. But how do you plan to win once you're at the top floor? What do you think our outfits are for? We practiced for months to pass off as bona fide croupiers. We'll give you good luck. Game is in your bag. All you need is a pair of functioning eyes. Effie mumbled the last part to himself again, while casting a sidelong scowl at our group. He's making it painfully obvious that he has no faith in us. And how are we going to take the place of the Ting Tang Gang's boss? We'll put sedatives in the food served at the casino. We've already finished negotiating the details with the head chef. Sedatives. Sod and Effie winked at each other. It was a gesture demonstrating that the two were ideal partners, able to tell each other's thoughts just from exchanging glances. Hey, dear pawnbroker, we'll be taking a look at the goods on the showcase from here to there. Yes? Oh, no, yeah, sure, of course. Please take your time, ma'am. Pawnbroker's attitude took a sharp turn from disdainful to kowtowing. Now then, let's take what we need from the display. Oh my! This is a Gupta designer brooch, isn't it? Yeah. What discerning eyes you have there, sir. This beaut is the mainstay of our shop's catalog. Only 10 of those were ever made, so it's worth as positively My dog used to have one of these on its collar whenever we took it out for walkies. It's so nice to see something that brings back pleasant memories. Oh my god. Wow. I'm adoring him even more. Okay, Fluffy. I'm confused. OMG, Yi sang mentioning sedatives. I'm not sure what you mean by fluffy. I'm down for this cowhide gloves. Whoever had them must have been a fashionista. Please take items that suit what's written in these envelopes. You have roles to play. Pardon, but the envelope I have received says janitor. This must be an error of some sort. Oh, poor Dawn. She has to be a janitor. Okay, it's good and all, but do you have the money to pay for all this? Worrying about spendings? Who do you think we are, some low-rank hirelings? There's nothing I can't afford using this black card. Dante, what's this about? You told me we can't have prime beef because we don't have the budget. So the rumors were true that teams with notable performance are given a company card with no spending limit. While everyone was shocked by the proven existence of the fabled black card, a loud voice came from outside. Rustic-sounding ting-tanger. Okay. Oi, dotard. Didn't I say your payment was due today? Someone who clearly belongs to a vicious syndicate entered the pawn shop. Please, give me one more chance. I swear I'll have the money ready. One more? Can't you do basic math? You said the same thing last time. Boss won't like me wasting precious time reteaching your kindergarten. You hear? I'm just a frail old man standing on doddering feet. There's really nothing you'll get out of shaking me down. Pleading with an overtly loud voice, the pawnbroker looked at us. You're talking back now. Yeah, go on, get mad. I won't feel so guilty that way. In a way, he looked like he was covertly begging us to help him, based on his expression. The sinner's attention was naturally drawn to the ongoing row. What are you looking at? You think I'm playing? Gee, that was so stereotypical. I didn't even get an urge to reply. Can't people be more creative about throwing taunts? Shouldn't we help out, maybe? Unlike Ishmael, who scoffed at the goon, Sinclair anxiously glanced over. We have no choice. The back streets have their own rules and order. We aren't the ones to disturb that complex web of their society. Outsiders like us will only cause a bigger scene if we try to step in. Pleased by the sinners choosing to stay away, the goon continued with the extortion. If you ain't got money, why don't you pay your dues in that instead? We keep telling you. Anything but that, please. Is it really okay to leave them be? Shall I settle the dispute for them so it doesn't bother you, manager? What does that toffster mean by that, anyway? Currency more valuable than money exists in this district. It's well known that J-Corp's singularity is a powerful security technology capable of locking anything. What is less known, however, is the extensive cultural and historical background of the back streets of Nest J that lead to the singularity's creation. History? Are you seriously about to lecture us here and now? I was never told about any mandatory education when I joined this company. In spite of the opposition, Faust went on with her explanation. Here, a technology exists to extract wish power from people. Though it's not widely known outside this district since it didn't quite have the generality to be recognized as a singularity. In essence, it's processing luck into a commodity that can be traded, like a form of money. It brought forth the need for a way to stop others from forcibly extracting this wish power, leading to the creation of a security technology that ultimately developed into the singularity we know today. Gee-wee, Faust. Must be tiring having to teach these dunces in ways they can get it. It's fine. This was within my anticipated scenario. A little smirk. I don't like the way you say that. Come on now, gather the items to help with your disguises so we can leave. Sod flapped the document full of scheduled plans to emphasize that we'd be busy. We're salaried workers, not heroes fighting for justice. Wait, not that word. A bad feeling rushing through my head prompted me to count the sinners I could see. That does not align with a certain someone's beliefs, and it's one that would severely provoke her principles. Ishmael seems to have noticed what I meant and hurriedly looked around. How dares try to pilfer the valuables of others? This behavior can only be seen as wholehearted villainy. Oh no, Don Quixote. But it was a moment too late. Don Quixote had already sprinted forward and was swinging her lance at the ting-tanger who gripped the pawnbroker by the collar. Whack. Caught completely unaware, the goon was hit right on the head with the blunt side of her lance. Knocked out on the floor, in a frisky swing, the fainted goon became the center of attention for all of us inside the pawn shop for a solid minute. For your information, keeping the sinners in check is not part of my job description. That would be the job of this person here. Don't give me that look. There's nothing in my abilities to keep her under control. I couldn't stop myself from defending any position, even when I was aware that my voice wouldn't reach anyone besides the sinners. Oh well. It's not like my defense would have made them look any less baffled towards me if they could hear it. Oh. Pawnbroker was the only one chuffed by this turn of events. Great work, ma'am. Serves that hooligan right. But I'll say you could have whopped them a tad harder, maybe. Virgilius advised me that while I'm free to deliver justice unto villains, I must do so without unduly involving irrelevance in our mission. Thus I showed moderation. Her proud expression never looked so provoking. So you remembered his words and still leapt forward. It was a necessary action to stay true to my creed. Please understand my virtuous violence. Not to kill the mood, but that ruffian isn't actually dead, right? I thought you wanted her to get straight to Wallops, old sport. I did, but things would get fairly complicated if the Eurodivi showed up? You know? Okay. Not sure how to pronounce that. Eurodivi? What are they doing here? No, forget that. Why are you worrying about them? Not up to date with the news, are you, ma'am? They've been causing trouble here for months now. Are they villains as well? Oh, they're villains to us. Humble merchants for sure. They were going on about, what was it? Roughing up greedy peddlers keeping money to themselves, giving it to those who need it. Distributing something, they said. The redistribution of wealth. That's it, yes. Those scoundrels are robbing us poor saps of what little wealth we have, and they don't even do the dirty work themselves. It's always the local brutes they send. Can you believe it? Anywho, life has been hard for us because of those self-righteous bunches. Looked like they were here to find something at first, but all they do now is squeeze money out of us. I just realized, shouldn't we take our leave now? More toughies from the Ting Tang gang might be coming this way. It seemed like Radia deliberately cut off the pawnbroker in a hurry, but I had little time to think about the implications. The gang member Don Quixote had knocked out began to flinch as though to get back up soon. What a hassle. You're making the problem bigger than it had to be. Hey, Muffin and Sable, was it? Don't be so tart. Muffin and Sable. Wow. There are plenty of pawn shops around here, right? We can always find a different. It's Effie and Sod. Please don't mistake our names for confections. And your statement that there are plenty of pawn shops in the vicinity won't mean much. When said pawn shops notice the trouble happening here and close. Don Quixote, I'm getting tired of lecturing these idiots on every little thing. We should just leave. Right as I tried to leave, someone wearing similar thuggish clothes to the one we just knocked out, with a face that looked just as rough, stormed into the shop. Hey-o, codger. Have you seen our little... Wee Slimmy, just what's going on here? We did our best to pretend to be innocent customers who just happened to be in the pawn shop at the wrong time. However, in an unfortunate occurrence of events, the goon came back to senses. Who did this? Tell me now. That bean is gonna regret the day they grew stems. Why is that a phrase that I want to use now? That bean is gonna regret the day they grew stems. Especially since we used to nickname my youngest Bean. His name has always been Bean. That's why when you guys see us play Fortnite and stuff, his name is Andy Bean, because he was always a bean. And the fun story behind that is the fact that when my wife was pregnant with Andy, she had kidney issues and stuff. And when he was born, he would curl himself up like in the shape of a bean. So we used to call her little kidney bean. And I even, she has a charm bracelet that we've gotten some like memory charms and stuff for. I bought her a little kidney bean sterling silver charm once. So I kind of want to use that phrase with my son now. I'm weird, I know. A comedian. Oh, Fluffy, okay. I know who you're talking about then. Yeah, he does have some nice shirts like that too. Okay. Over there! That red timepuss. The direction that finger was pointing was simply too unambiguous for me to pretend otherwise. Plus, there's no point in denying that I was meant to be red. Plus, there's no point in denying that I was meant by red timepuss, as I'm sure there would be literally no one else matching that description in this entire district. Just so you don't get the wrong idea, I have nothing to do with these people or what happened here. I was just about to bring a towel to cool this poor fellow's head. Smarmy gaffer. I had no expectations for him in the first place, but that man really has a shaky reed for his backbone. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry. Although the pawnbroker switching sides in a heartbeat and the finger-pointing clock slander over something I wasn't responsible for, too, hurt me a little. I was determined to stand firm. Frijolitos over there. Stop. Freeze in your tracks. Mostly because it was clear that we had to run right now. If I kept letting small things bother me, I would be reduced to a pulp sooner rather than later. No need to run. Let's just kill them all and be done with it. What's next? You're going to wipe out the whole syndicate? That doesn't sound too bad. The forces of evil must be uprooted with haste in order to raise the banner of justice high. So is there seriously no one on your team who's in their right mind? Ishmael looked insulted by this remark and seemed to be thinking of a counter-argument, but the Ting Tang goons arming themselves were a more pressing matter. Let's get out of here first. That's funny. I love that. Mess with one bean, you'll get the whole can. Okay, so that was all story. This symbol is... Alright, okay, I get it now. Here we go. We're gonna keep with the same group. As Sod predicted, all the pawnbrokers were busy closing their street entrances to avoid trouble. Hey, you pricks! Stop right where you're standing. You think you could get away with messing with our family, Tiny Fave? What's this British syndicate? Wait, what's with British syndicates and their pretend families? Is that the only thing they can think of to bond with each other? Look at the bump you made on our precious youngin's head! Good gracious, this was not part of the plan. Effie clutches his forehead as if it were aching. I thought about goading him to keep some headache pills at hand if this was enough to cause him pain, but I refrained. My lack of a head would have made this message far less impactful anyway. You two. You thought we were worthless scum until now, didn't you? I know you've been seeing our group as sewage full of waste. I don't think anyone spoke of us that harshly, Otis. Have you not wondered why we have been charged with the momentous mission of claiming golden vows despite that? Why is that? Even Effie seemed to be taken back by Otis's imposing attitude. Although I won't disagree that the others are rubbishes, drenched in foul water. No, seriously, you're the only one who says that. Oh, that's what Miss Otis has been thinking all this time? I've remained undefeated, and our manager is capable of resuscitating us, making us practically incapable of death. In fact, just the two of us should be sufficient, though the weasel Virgilius seems to disagree.
아무리 무수한
Point
전투를
is,
치러도
these detritus
폐기물들은 폐기되지
won't be
않는다.
scrapped even after countless
폐기물인
battles.
채로 그대로 부활할 뿐이다.
They will come back as the exact same piles of trash they were before death.
멋지다는 듯이 말하긴 했지만
That was a very inspiring way of
저희를
reaffirming that we're living,
쓰레기
breathing
취급하는
garbage to you. So mean to each other, and I love it. Morons.
적군들이 몰려오는군.
Enemies are approaching.
준비되셨습니까?
Are you prepared,
관리자?
manager? They're just like, wow. The banter is always amazing. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Lots of burn. Nails and bleed. Okay, so we got 3 of them. 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those. Let's go with that.
조여먹구를 달궈 볼까?
이쯤에 제 뒤로.
Okay. Worked out decently. Okay. He's staggered. All right. Let's go with that.
이쯤에 제 뒤로.
Oh, I love her.
본인의 승리일세.
Okay. All right, let's roll with that.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
The gripping.
본인의 승리.
That's brutal. That is very brutal, and the look in her eyes kind of scares me.
소란이
Kind of hot
줄었네.
as well. Anyways, moving on. I didn't say anything. You guys heard nothing. Ignore me.
조여먹구를 달궈 볼까?
Flowing flame.
균형이 무너졌군요.
That was badass.
본인의 승리일세. 본인의 승리일세.
And there's nothing but piles of shirts and blood. Let's go! Yeah, they get pretty brutal. They're an insane mess, and I love it. Me
돈이 더
too.
들긴 해도
I'm right there with you.
긴급으로 하길 잘했지 않은가?
Fun fact, manager Sinclair is actually a M. Hunter in the book
정말
Demian.
구매로 받을 거라고 생각했어.
Good book, by the way.
그런 건
Excited to see what they do for the second half of his story. Sinclair got more character development in other cantos than his own one, I believe. That's interesting. His canto is great. Yes, Grippy. His canto is the most underrated one. I think Rodya's is. His canto is my 3rd favorite. Lots of story and lots of fun, so I will learn all that eventually, I'm sure. But we got a long way to go here. We're only in Canto 2.
동부 싱크 3과 돈키호테.
Don Quixote.
상대하기에도 우스운 수준이었어.
They made for pathetic foes.
별거 아니었네.
That was absolutely nothing.
콩콩이 파는 이 거리 일대를
Ting Tang Gang had tight control over this area. This is not going to be the end of. Just then, more Ting Tangers began to show up from the street corners. Who sent you haircuts to mess with us?
우리 제군들은
We're the proud soldiers of Limbus. Effie quickly covered Don Quixote's mouth. Have you lost it? Do you want the entire district after us?
또 온다. 관리자님,
More are coming.
지시를.
Give us your command, manager. Here we go. More combat. Doing some more stabbies. Let's do some more stabbies. Come on. Okay. Starting with Honglu. Got 2 of those. Got 2 of those. 2 of those. No, I want that. There we go.
정화.
Save our other skills. Okay. Turn 2. Okay, that guy's got 2. Okay. Let's go.
신병
음.
확보하겠습니다.
여기서 이 결투.
Ouch. Okay, so we've got all 4 are staggered right now. That's awesome. Okay, so let's everything's just unopposed because of that. So let's just run straight down the middle.
위험 인물 해제.
본인의 승리일세.
Brutal.
본인의 승리일세.
She just handles them easily. Love it.
불타올랐군요.
Everybody dead. Okay, next group. Let's see. Okay. Dominating, unopposed, favored, unopposed. Let's go with that.
소여목구를 달궈볼까?
Hi, Brittany.
균형이
Welcome in.
무너졌군요.
Oh, stabby. Stabby, Faust. Handle them. Yum. Blood, guts, gore, brutality. We love it all.
이 결투. 본인의 승리일세.
The insanity of it all is wonderful. 2 staggered, 1 left. Okay. I'm just gonna go straight down the middle at this point. I mean, look. Poor Sinclair.
이 결투. 본인의 승리일세.
Punch.
불타올랐군요.
Just like I can. The more I see of Honglu, the more I adore him. The more I cannot get over how fun he is.
젠장 그만 좀 튀어나와.
Damn it, they just won't stop coming.
저희 들어가기도 전에
We'll all wear our
뒤지는
lives
게 더
out before we can
빠르겠어.
even take a step inside the casino.
안심해요, 히스클리프.
Don't fret,
관리자님이
Heathcliff.
있는 한
As
우리가
long as the
지쳐서
manager is
죽을
with
일은
us, we won't die from fatigue or other things.
그걸 몰라서
That's not the
물어보냐?
point at all. Asshole.
해결은 간단하다.
The solution is simple. Any organization can be brought down by deposing its leader. With the head gone, the meat supporting it will break apart.
너 여기서
You,
유일하게 마음에
you're
드는
the
소리를
only
하네.
one speaking my tongue here.
짜증나니까
I'm proper
부수러
miffed, so
가자.
let's go break some bones. Head,
가리든
whatever.
뭐든.
자, 전진하자.
Hence, onward we travail!
잠깐, 다들 돌아와.
Wait, come back here. This is the crowd you're supposed to accompany, Faust.
삶은 늘
Life is full of mysteries.
이상적이라고 할
That,
수도 있겠어.
perhaps, is what makes it an ideal reflection, no?
내 대가리 어디 있어? 당장 튀어나오라 그래.
Tell me where your gaffer is. I want to see him now. Heathcliff grabbed a mook by the collar and shook it about violently. To me, it looked as if anything still conscious had already left. And maybe even more than that. The Sea Heart is going to be at the Car Pagoda.
차탑?
The what?
차탑이 어디야?
What the hell is
알아듣게
that?
말해.
Makes sense.
지근방의 폐차장을 말하는
It's
걸까요?
probably the scrapyard nearby.
그런데 너희
Really though, are you actually planning to take down the gang's boss?
그런다고
That won't be reflected in your employee performance review or anything, you know.
저자는 그런
He's
것까지
not sharp
염두에
enough to
두고
calculate
행동할
such
만큼
things into his
명령하지
actions.
못해.
대략 속셈 따위라는
He's waste,
거리가 먼
bearing
오물이지.
little relation to schemes or
말도 안
plots.
되는 일과는
On the other
같지.
hand, he flirts closely with nonsense.
아니야.
Waste
말이
flirting
되는 것
closely with
같기도 해요.
nonsense. Closely. That's wow. No, I don't think that makes sense.
문제 없어,
Nothing to worry about, Effie.
우리는 항상
We
플랜
always keep a
B까지
plan B, don't we?
대비해놓잖아.
Sod spoke with a serene face. However, I could see her consciously trying to maintain calm from time to time, giving me reason to suspect that she's putting on a veil of kindness.
여러분이 위장을 하는 게
If disguising
불가능하다면
as your given roles is out of the question, you can all get up as members of the Ting Tang gang instead.
단체로 들어가도
That way you won't
눈에 띄지
arouse
않을
much
거고
suspicion moving in a large group,
순조롭게 꼭대기
and you'll be able to reach the top
진입할 수
floor
있을
without much
테니까요.
trouble.
겸사겸사
And we could
콩콩이
siphon some wish power from the
파에게서
Ting Tang
성함도
gang while
뺏어가죠.
we're at it. In real life, Don Quixote is a man. Yeah, they kind of like to jumble things around in this game. It's an interesting thing, but
긴급으로 하길 잘했지 않은가?
I love his animations. He's super cute.
아니야, 넣어도 돼.
This is the only canto where they beep out certain cuss words. They don't censor it in any of the other ones. It's so silly. It is funny. I mean, given the type of game that it is, but I can understand why they'd go that road at first. But
다들 와서 이것 좀 보게나.
I think I'm a chill see ya. Well, hey, you go chill, enjoy your night. Gothic, appreciate you for being here while you were here. Take care and have a good night. We'll see you next time. Okay. Oh, come hither, fellows, and lend me your gazes. What is all this?
차들이 마치
Cars are heaped upon each other as if to form a tower.
의무라군.
Somber. The structures that seem tower-like at a distance were actually cars stacked upon each other.
차들이 왜 이렇게
Why are so many piled up like this? Oh, some have scripts upon their windshields.
가족들이
Must have been their families writing.
보고 싶다고
This one
쓰여있네요.
says, I miss you.
이분들은
The owners
곧
are coming
돌아오는
back soon
거겠죠?
for them, right?
그럴 리가.
Not a chance.
설사 카지노에서
Even if they did
돌아왔다
return from the
하더라도
casino, they
가족의
wouldn't be in the
품으로
right state to
멀쩡히
happily
돌아갈 수 있는
reunite with their
상태는
loving
아닐 텐데.
families.
뭐
Well, to
가이드
play the
역할까지 보너스로
auxiliary role
해드리자면
of your tour
이
guide,
골목에 숨겨진
this here's the hidden
랜드마크랍니다.
landmark of the street.
도박꾼들의 말로지.
Bitter end of gamblers.
이곳은 콩콩이파
And this served as a stepping stone for the Ting Tang gang to amass wealth and power by dealing used cars.
로자,
So, Roger,
당신은 이런 데 자주
you've been to places
와봤다면서
like this pretty often, right?
뭔가 부연
Got
설명
anything to
해줄 건
add?
없어?
Bet you could tell us some pretty interesting trivia.
아, 몰라. 기억
Yeah,
안 나.
dunno.
난 과거는 다
Don't remember a
잊고
thing.
앞만 보며 살아가기로
I decided to
결심했어.
forget all about the past and focus on what's in
저런
front.
방해꾼들만
And I
없으면
would be able to keep to
결심대로
that
살아갈 수 있을 것
self-promise
같은데
if not
말이야.
for irritants like them.
나가들아.
Oi,
이근방이
Bonin,
우리 구역인 건 알고
who do you think you are to goof around our turf?
아니면
Or what? You here to sell a car?
아니요.
Nay, we mount an omnibus.
장기는 우리 파 담당이
We don't deal in
아닌데.
organs, though. Well,
이 눈동자
I guess a
정도로
pair of eyes with
신경
pupils,
쓰이면
especially colored as yours, might sell.
시체대로
So we have come to the right place.
자네의
We're here for your leader.
대체 어디서 온
She's
건데
just
그렇게
so, like,
당당하냐?
Bold. You're pretty bold in facing a gang. Yeah, my sentiments exactly. What do you work for?
우린 림버.
We serve under Limbo. An awkward silence passed.
어디서 온 거냐니까.
I asked you a question.
왜
Don't
말을
stop
하-
midway. You're not going to find out, buddy. We're going to handle you pretty quickly, too. Let's take care of the problem. Okay, turn one. All right. So I'm going to stick to using my multiples for the most part.
조여목구를 달궈볼까.
On hit inflict +1 burn. Ah, my clock isn't a magic cure for all your problems. Don't just charge in willy-nilly, okay? Okay. Okay, this one, that one. Yeah, those work. That's fine.
정화. 이 결투.
균형이 무너졌군요.
소란이 줄었네요.
She just leaves a bloody pile and she just stands. Oh, she's so, like,
고회는
unsettling, but damn, I love her. That's funny. Okay. Continuing on.
신병
There we go.
확보하겠습니다.
본인의 승리일세.
Ouch. Ooh. Okay, turn 4. Our enemies seem to be under the weather. We should take advantage of this. Okay. You know what? We'll go. Now we'll do this. Yeah, there we go. That works. Fatal.
균형이 무너졌군요. 불타올랐군요.
불타올랐군요.
Oh my god. That little, like, inhale.
이쯤에 제 뒤로.
Ah, so cool. Oh my. All right, let's go. A lot of my multiples are down here lower, but that's fine. We're just gonna keep rolling across here.
조여 목구를 달궈볼까?
I like the music. The soundtrack's really good. My favorite Faust Grippy. You're the one who convinced me to get her. This is actually my first time using her, so. I forget what the other one was that I was using prior to, but very fun. I gotta see, I might have some other stuff to actually use. Curious about that.
아니야, 넣어도 돼. 정말 두 배로 받을 거라고
Okay.
생각했는데.
I'm pretty sure I have stuff.
정의롭지 않지?
Do I have anything that can be... Okay, yeah, I have this. Raises an identities module, or uptie tier to tier 4. Ego spinning wall. Okay. I have 6 encapsulin boxes. I have this S2 identity ticket. And then Kokomi's gift. Open to receive 401 lunacy. Okay. What is this, though? Oh, okay. Oh, ooh. Music is so good. This whole series has great music. It seems so. So far from what I've heard, I really like it. And that's one thing you guys know I'm big on is the music, the soundtracks. It's basically E2 module. Use that ego spinning one on Faust ego. Oh, okay. Wait. So this one, use that on Faust. This one? Wait. No, the fluid sac. Wait. Which one? I'm confused. Is it which one of these? This one? Top row. Okay. Okay. Red one, third one. Okay, cool. All right, we got that. So we'll use that. Okay. Confirm. All right, so then let's go back to the S2 ticket. I recommend Yisang or Honglu, or one where you don't have an ID for the characters. I think for the most part, I do have at least a general, like I have IDs for pretty much everybody at this point. Yeah, I have IDs for everybody at this point, so whoops, didn't mean to do that. Okay. Fluid Sac is arguably the best ego in the game. Okay. That makes sense. That will heal SP and HP and also does AoE damage. I think the Yi Sang then. So... or Rodion. Yi Sang can do AoE damage, so he's good to have. He's also based on an important character later on. Okay. That's pretty wicked looking. Ew. Oh, I love the artwork. All right. We'll roll with it. Let's do it. Confirm. Yi Sang's Efflorest Ego Spice Bush Identity.
어서 오시게.
What does your heart
마음이
say?
마음에 들어.
Ew. I like that. Okay. Should I worry about equipping him now in case I use him? I guess I'll hold off on that. Basic. What is this? Identity training tickets. Thread. Enkephalin module. Lunacy. Okay. And I have a bunch of ego shards. Okay. He's amazing. No, you can use him whenever. Okay, well then I'll hold off on him. Let's go back to it for a little bit longer here tonight. Chat. Let's go back to the drive. Kanto 2. We're on 2-7. He's strong, but you can use him with a dedicated team later. All right. Current average level of your deployed identities is lower than the recommended level for this stage. Start the encounter anyway. Yeah, why not?
당신의 거미자
I think I had that pop up a couple times before, and it didn't really bother me.
무슨 일이냐?
What's up,
형님,
boss?
그것도 안 밝힌
Some
놈들이
Fasole who haven't even told where they're from rolled into town all of a
누가
sudden.
보낸 거냐?
Who sent you?
차림을
The way your
보니까
dress tells me it ain't Los Habaneros or the Butchers.
지금이라도 싹
I'll give you a chance to grovel for forgiveness. Do that, and I'll let you leave with your limbs in tow.
그대가 입고 있는 옷을 순순하게 벗어주면 물러가겠소만.
We should gladly part if you were to take off your clothing for us. He just so nonchalantly asks them, "Hey, please strip for us. We would very much enjoy your clothing, and then we'll leave. No problem." That makes it sound kind of weird. Yeah, you and me both picked up on that, Gregor. I'm sorry.
소문으로 떠돌던
Boss, I think they might be the Odd Pods people have been talking about, rumored to fandangle with people's odors. The fandangle with people's... God, disgusting bunch. Let me tell you, that's no way to live. Now, our assumed big boss of the gang is looking at us with genuine disgust. I have not wanted to win a fight as desperately as I do now. Okay, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I see where they're going. She's the only free one right now. That's okay. Let's go here. Let's tag these up and then one more of those. Okay. Burgess is back up. You can also level them with tickets manually. The green shirt guy is who Hong Lu impersonates in his ID. Okay.
본인의 승리일세.
In another live stream right now, I nearly blessed the Queen of Rabies. It was interesting, actually. I'm not sure what you're talking about. That's kind of sounds scary. Queen of Rabies. Ew. Okay. Let's roll here.
신병 확보하겠습니다.
Punch. Okay. Turn 3. Try to be a bit more careful with your health. No, I mean, I'm just worried for you is all. Well, worry not, Dante. We will handle the problem. Very carefully.
신병 확보하겠. 이 팀의 제 뒤로 위험 있는.
이 본인의 승리일세. 정신이 물러 터졌군요.
균형이 무너졌군요.
Staggered. Okay. Oh, Faust is staggered though. Now let's go there. Okay, and we'll go to start.
조여목구를 달궈볼까?
위험 인물 해제.
Okay. All right. So So she's not staggered anymore, but staggered and atrophied. Okay. That's cool. I don't think I've caused that on anybody yet, as far as status ailments and stuff go.
정화.
Okay.
불타올랐군요. 균형이 무너졌군요.
Stabby! Stabby is so fun. I love it. So brutal. Mommy Faust, you can do that to me any day. Oh, wait, what? Oh, wow. I'm sorry. Okay.
본인의 승리일세.
We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen and I didn't say anything. Hey, it's boss time. Okay.
부드럽게.
Hurt me plenty. What was that? That was a game mode for something. I can't remember what it was. Hurt me plenty. Was that Doom, maybe? First thing that comes to mind. Queen of Rabies is a well-known Project Moon YouTuber, which is known for its activeness in in the community. Okay. I haven't heard of them either. I'll have to look them up. As for the term blessing, you should need to play LobCorp to understand, I guess. Good thing that's on my list to play. I own it. Just need to have the time to play it. Sinking. Atrophy is their sanity effect, which means they lost clashes until they hit minus 45 SP. Usually it gives them debuffs or buffs in the case of some bosses, and they might lose a turn. Okay. Turn 7.
신병 확보하겠습니다. 이 팀의 제 뒤로.
Well, he's staggered and we're doing fatal damage.
알겠어.
There we go! Stab him, Faust! The gripping.
본인의 승리.
Meanwhile, that dude's a pile of nothing. They're done! She stabbed him to death. I love it. Wow.
이 바퀴벌레 같은 새끼들.
You darned little roaches.
대체
What the hell do you work for? It's about time you told us. We
림버스
are
컴퍼니에서
from
왔다.
Limbus Company. He just gave him the whole anime thing. We are from Limbus Company. The power of friendship! Finally,
좀 속 시원해.
one less millstone round the neck.
그러니까 거기가 대체
Doesn't
어딘데?
help at all.
참고로
Oh,
저와
for
에피는
reference, Effie and I work in a
이들과는
different
다른
department.
부서랍니다.
Please don't
같은
associate
직업은
us with them. She's so quick to want to detach from the situation. The sheer frustration over our aversion to conversing sensibly must have played a considerable role in causing the boss to pass out. My condolences to the poor fellow's patience.
그런데 진짜 이
Do
옷을
we
입어야
seriously
돼?
have to wear these, though?
냄새,
Stuff reeks of
냄새.
sweat and blood and smells grody,
기분
too.
나쁘게
Gag me with a spoon. Radia complained, lifting the shirt she took from a Ting Tang member with 2 fingers like she was handling trash.
털도 있어. 안테가 눈이
Yeah,
없는 게
some hair,
적은
too.
처음이야.
This is the first time I'm jealous of Dante's missing eyes. I can see, by the way.
생각보다 실은
This
좋아
looks
보이는데.
pretty dandy, actually.
얘네
Guess their
생각보다 돈
business
잘
was
버나.
more successful than I thought.
나랑 바꿔.
I want that, Bagsy.
맞춤형으로
I
제작되는 건
can't.
안 돼.
It's been tailor-made. The label here says it's good for all girths. Noticing that my gaze was fixed on the label of his clothing, Effie barked. We wouldn't be doing any of
너희가
this
전당포에서 그런 난리
if you hadn't
법석만 안
caused that
들었어도
ruckus in the pawn shop.
괜찮아요.
I don't mind.
전 한 번쯤
I've always wanted to try on
이런 거
clothes like
입어보고
these.
싶었어요.
It's like we're filming a movie.
영화라도
조금 떨리네요.
To be honest, I'm a little
위장장애는
nervous.
오랜만이라.
It's been a while since I've worked in disguise.
난 내키지 않는다.
I don't
이런
feel
건
like it.
겁쟁이들이
This is
막
coward's
하는
way.
저기
Sorry, but can
사람이 좀
someone please keep her
막아주면 안
mouth
되나요?
shut? You're
갈비뼈까지
free to
매일
try as
각오가
long as you're
있으면
good with your
해보든가.
ribs being cut apart. Gregor's softly spoken riposte got the sinners to crack up. For a moment, Effie and Sod seemed to wonder how they should take it, before deciding that it's not worth mulling over and moving on. Effie then lifted a small container that appeared to be inlaid with nacre. This is a wish canister we seized from the Ting Tang Gang's boss.
관리자,
Manager,
당신에게
here's a
간단한
simple
역할을
role you
맡길게.
can play.
무슨
What are you-
말인지 모르겠다는
I guess we owe you an
몸짓이니
explanation, judging from
설명을
your clueless motions.
제2사의 특이점이
The long and
이
short
통안에
of it is that
담겨
this
있다고
thing
하는
contains J-Corp's other
이건
singularity.
사람들의
This
소망을
is a tool that
잡아먹고
sucks up
에너지로
wishes from
저장하는
people and stores them in some form of energy.
적당한 시점에
When the
소망을
time is
종이의
right,
형태로
squeeze that
짜내면
wish power into a sheet of
짜잔!
paper and voila!
붙이기만
You get a
하면
one-use stick-on tattoo that boosts your
일회용
luck
타투
to high
스티커가
heavens.
나타나죠.
남의 운을 끌어모아서
Seems the plan was to try to win the game on top the top floor by scraping up others' luck.
이런 걸 들고
Imagine the boss of some lowly gang was carrying one of these.
관리자,
Manager,
잘들었나?
Dante, right?
카지노에
I want you to
들어가기
hold
전에
on to this when we enter the
당신이 이걸
casino.
보관하고 있어.
Am I really allowed to carry such a big responsibility?
영 자신 없어
You
보인다는
don't look like you're
몸짓이지만
oozing confidence. We do have
당신의
reasons for
지목한
assigning you
이유는
to
있어.
this task.
첫 번째,
First off, a
도박
poker
판의
face is going to be
제일
vital
중요한
when
건
you're gambling.
아무리 표정이
No matter how good they are reading expressions, they won't be able to tell
시계의
what emotions
표정까지
to read
가늠할
from a
수는
clock.
없어. 두 번째,
Second, I trust that they've
당신의
appointed you as
관리자가 된
manager
것은
for a reason.
그나마 저
Call it a hunch, but
수반자들보다는
something tells me
쓸만할
you'll be more
거라는
useful than
내
those
낙연한
sinners you're
의심이야.
leading. Come to think of it, he had a point. I was given the title of manager, but never had a chance to be the charismatic leader I'd envisioned. Instead of showing respect, my sinners would constantly berate and threaten me. Poor Dante. The only real role I could afford to play was bringing them back to life. While the sinners were engaged in a fierce battle, all I could do was cower behind them, anxiously praying that their heads and hearts were unscathed. With a heavy heart, I nodded to let him know I was ready.
좋아, 이걸 당신의
All
팔에
right,
붙여.
put this on your arm.
당신은 이제
You'll
잠깐
become the
동안
luckiest person in the
세상에서
city for a
가장
short while.
그럼 여러분은 콩콩이파,
Now then, you'll act
저는
as team
딜러.
tangers, and we'll be
서로
croupiers.
역할에
Take a
최선을
leg,
다해야죠.
everyone. Vowing that we'll see this operation to success no matter what, we open the door to the casino. He tries so hard on the death animations, it's great.
돈이 더 들긴 해도 긴급으로 하길 잘했지 않은가?
Okay. Slot
아니야,
machines.
너
Oh, wait.
정말 두 배로 받을
No,
거라고
go back.
생각하는가?
I seen thingy.
정의롭지
Collect.
않지?
Ah, 2-8. Made some decent progress so far, right?
나설 만한 곳이어야 할 겁니다.
Casino could be best described as busy. 1 second here, chat. Okay. Alright. Excessively cheery sounds blared from slot machines. The lights were so bright that some of our sinners had to cover their eyes. And the security guards took note of our garish outfits to give us a customary nod. Sod and Effie, dressed as croupiers, discreetly nodded at us as they accompanied Radia to the casino's cage. I was amazed by their ability to feign expertise and the way they carried themselves to the facial expressions they made. Few would doubt that they're longtime employees. Well, what manner of sorcery are these dazzling contraptions?
그렇게
Try not to go saucer-eyed at everything like a fascinated kid, Don Quixote. You'll seem fishy. The guests here look dead inside with their dim eyes, and they smell worse than the Ting Tang schmucks we faced.
그리고
Do they even wash?
콩콩이파
너무 노골적으로 코트를
I don't think they'd be too happy about you holding your nose right before their faces, Ishmael.
하지만
But this is the kind of bilgy stench I'd only ever caught from deckhands. Fortunately, most of them were too focused on the machines to care about what we were doing. You know what's funny?
이런 거 본 적 있어?
I have tried, admittedly, a couple of AI chats with characters that have actually come across my feed for whatever reason in character AI. I've tried Ishmael. I've tried a Faust, which was a random Faust that was like her whole goal was like protecting me for some reason. It was strange. I don't know what the deal was with that, but it was not like we were on the bus, and it wasn't like you were supposed to assume the role of Dante. It was like she was just escorting and protecting you through back alleys somewhere. I can't remember the whole story behind that one. But then there was one of Don Quixote, and that one assumed that you were taking the role of a sinner. So I was just a random sitter on the bus, and for whatever reason, Don Quixote was bullying me. Completely out of her personality, it seems, but she decided to bully me. But the AI did have a very good grasp of her, like, speaking cadences and stuff, which was very funny. I did actually enjoy that conversation despite being totally bullied by such a lighthearted character like her. And I mean, I say lighthearted very easily, or simply, lightly, I guess you could say, because she's not really that lighthearted when you dive into her, but yeah. Nani, she would never. I know, that's the thing. The whole justice and whatnot, her whole personality, she wouldn't, but I still found it funny and enjoyable. She wouldn't even apologize. She was like completely unapologetic about it. No, dang it. Manager Esquire, have you seen such a thing? What must I do to hear the jolly bells as the other patrons are? I don't think I've been to one of these places before, so I wouldn't know. Looking at all the flashy symbols and numbers, spinning had slowly eroded my resolve to act the part of a stern manager. I guess a little peek is fine. It says here to press the button. Is pressing it what one ought to do? I swear upon my minute and hour hands that I had no intention to press that button. Absolutely none. The hand I'd swiftly outstretched to stop Don Quixote from touching the machine unexpectedly fumbled and landed smack on the button. Yikes! And in an unpredictable series of coincidences, someone had left a token in it. Enough for one game. Reels started spinning under fanfare. We could only watch as the chain of events unfolded. By the way, I hope Dante handles the wish stickers we took from the Ting Tang gang with care.
그 관리자라는 자.
That manager? It was the only favor we asked of them. They'd better be doing a good job. You can count on Dante, dear duo. They're one of the few sensible pals who gets what's up.
다행이네요.
That's good to hear. So many sheets attached. They should be able to win any game with ease. We just need to be careful not to draw attention here. Jackpot! Oh man. The players next to us stared with jaws dropped, so far that their chins could touch the floor. Oh my. Waves of casino chips plunged from the machine, so many that I wouldn't dare try to gather them up. I'm so sorry, Effie, Sod. I came here determined to do something right, and it fell apart all so soon. A jackpot? What machine is it?
갑자기 터졌어? 지금?
Just like that? No warning? Right now?
잠깐. 거기.
A moment, please.
신원 확인 좀.
Let me just check your ID.
분위기가 왜 이렇게 험악해?
What's with the aggro? Is it a crime to win big at a casino? Chance in this place doesn't work the way we think it usually does. You could accumulate your luck for a big payout or trickle in small amounts to break even, but winning the jackpot on your first try should be a literal impossibility here. Chips are raining down like shooting stars! I'd hoped you of all people would have a sense of responsibility, yet all it took was Don Quixote's siren plea for you to give in. I'm disappointed. You're none other than our manager, and I expected you to show your capability and clear the disgrace of failure from us. Ishmael's barrage of scathing whispers was something to marvel at, as Gregor muttered in awe. On top of that, her piercing gaze I had never felt before. It made me want to weasel away under a rock if there were one. For once, I thanked my clock for lacking eyes to meet her glare. Now hold on, that might not be our only problem. Gregor was fretfully looking in every direction until he stopped to point at the shocking discovery he'd just made. And where he pointed... How long have you been off your disguise, Ryoshu? It was a sullen Ryoshu wearing the same clothes she's always worn. I don't put on others' discarded clothing. Gah, Manager Bud, today isn't our day, huh? Yep, looks like we're screwed, royally.
말도 안 돼.
This can't be. All the work we did to put this plan in motion. Faust, what were you thinking volunteering to bring these fools along for your missions? You're supposed to have near unparalleled brilliance, right? Then use it! Even though I haven't worked with them for long, I was able to realize something. I had to become a Faust that believes in uncertainty. When the lack of a plan becomes the plan, all variables become constants. That is what my plan entails. Faust turned to me with a tranquil face. Thanks to her, my role right now became clear. All right, it's time for our usual gig. Let's kill and be killed. That's a good way to put it. Kill and be killed. Death and dismemberment. Blood. Violence. No tears, though. We don't want to cry over spilled milk. Nah, screw it. We'll shed some tears, too. Make them cry.
이 결투. 정화.
Shooter alert.
소란이 줄었네.
이 팀의 제 뒤로.
Ow.
난 본인의 승리일세.
Okay.
신병 확보하겠습니다.
Flame surge. Ow. Stabby, stabby, stabby. I love it. Wonderful. Okay. Let's go. Get some purple going on there. Got triple blue. Okay.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
I feel like I'm doing okay so far. Like, I'm not doing too crazy. We haven't lost anybody. We're functioning.
균형이 무너졌군요. 위험 인물 배제.
Oh, man.
생존자를 모두 구출했어요. 열심히 하다 보니 이런 날도.
Okay, 2-9. This is probably going to be the last one for tonight.
동부싱크 3과
Just because.
던키호테.
We're getting close to our 2-hour mark in the stream, and I'm gonna head off after this, and then we'll get some rest for work. One more day of work, and then an early let off tomorrow, thankfully, but still get a little bit of rest. But let's enjoy this last stage here and a little story bit. I can't stand watching this charade. How much time are you going to waste fighting those small fries? It's often the case that grumbling people don't have a clear solution to contribute. Listening to Ishmael's disapproval, Ryoshu shook her head and assumed a confident look.
이런 게 예술이다.
This is art.
네놈, 그 칼
Oh,
줘봐.
taster, give me the knife.
영영하사가도 괜찮소.
May forever take it from my hands.
날붙이가 나를
Blade will be better off parting
내내
ways to
허공을
wander
떠도는
about
것이
the air
차라리
for
좋은
however
것이오.
long.
감사.
Thanks. Ryoshu held his dagger and threw it straight into the air. It struck an anchorage on the ceiling that kept the chandelier still, causing it to sway precariously. Indeed, Ryoshu may be weakened from what she once was because she became a sinner, but nevertheless, she was still the best swordsman we had, able to cut through steel like a proverbial hot knife. Sure, she treats my words with less respect than she would a wad of gum, but that wasn't a problem. Everyone's eyes turned to the swinging chandelier, and eventually, flustered by all the gazes falling upon it,
아스라이.
thus in a haze, it succumbs. Why do I, like, the way Yisang talks, the first thing that kind of comes to mind is Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. Just the low talk, the low speech, the kind of like the dead cadence to it. It's just, I don't know. That's such a weird comparison. But anyways, watch out! Wham! The chandelier crashed to the floor in full force, making a tremendous noise. And that's just all it did. Nothing else happened. Both parties were left staring at the fallen light fixture in the middle of the floor. So, what was that for, Ryoshu?
퍼포먼스다.
Performance.
방금 그렇게 정한
You
거지?
just made that up, didn't you?
그래도
Still,
다들
glad none of
무사해서
us were hurt.
다행이네요.
앞으로 무사하게
We'll have
될지는
to see
모를
about
것
that.
같지만
He's a poet. Depressed poet. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, man. He's funny. I like him. It's just like that comes to mind for whatever reason with the way he talks. Okay.
조여목구를 달궈볼까? 본인의
Lots of wins on my coin flips.
불타올랐군요.
Ooh. Okay.
부드럽게.
Wifey was napping on the couch, it seems. I see movement out of the corner of my eye, so. Sinking count +1. Fajin. Warm up. So cool. Oh, man. Okay, let's go unopposed, dominating. Let's do that.
부드럽게.
본인의 승리일세.
Cackle.
본인의 승리일세.
위험인물 해제. 불타올랐군요.
Okay, wave 1 of 1, turn 5. Okay.
부드럽게.
Bleed. Suffer. Nails +1.
본인의 승리일세.
Fatal. Victory. Send them scurrying about.
혹시나 해서 말하는 건데
Just to make sure.
우리 목적이
We
카지노
all know that
1층을
our goal
박살내기가
is to
아니라
win the game being held on the top floor, not reduce the ground floor of the casino to rubble, right? I was certain that some definitely didn't know or care, but I figured I'd rather not remind her.
꼭대기층에
Not only
도달하는
must we
것도
reach the top,
중요하지만 게임이
we also
이겨야
have to
하는
win the
것이
game as our
최종
objective
목표니까.
states.
우린 그럴 만한 양의
Thus, we need the
소망력이
wish power to
있어야
make it
해요.
happen.
우리가
I won't
힘겹게
bother
쟁취한
reviewing in detail how the wish power we had managed to collect
한꺼번에 물거품이
went down the
되어버렸다는
drain for
이야기는
preposterous reasons.
굳이 언급하지
It only hurt our
않겠습니다.
morale. I had to keep my head down, feeling the pricks of conscience poking at my heart.
이곳에서
How can
최대한
we
많은
secure the
양의
most wish
소망력을
power
구할
in
수
this
있는
place?
곳은 어디?
입구에 절
That roulette
누르십니다.
next to the entrance.
카지노에
People who
온
visit the
손님들은
casino try their
저
daily
룰렛을
luck using that
통해
roulette
오늘의 운을
and take or
시험하고
yield wish power
소망력을
depending on the
뺏기거나
outcome.
혹은 부여받죠.
그런가?
Is
그럼
that
내가
so?
기회를 봐서
I'll seek
저
out an
룰렛에
opportunity to
달려있는
snatch the
소망통을
container
가져오게.
attached to it. Think you can pull that off?
선 이것보다
I've carried
더
out
규모가 큰
countless
작전을
operations
수도
much
없이
greater in
해왔으니
scale.
관리자님의 어처구니없는
Your
실수
preposterous
따윈
blunder
아무것도 아니야.
amounts to nothing in the grander scheme of things, manager.
분명 현명한 판단을
It
흐리게
has to have been
만든
the fault of
폐기물들
the
때문일
grudging
테니
dredges who
저들의 말에
obfuscated your
마음 쓰지
ability
마십시오.
to make sensible decisions. Don't let their words deter you. Preposterous, I see. While we were busy discussing backup plans, Heathcliff was already making a mad dash for the entrance. Were we too focused on the conversation, or did we collectively lose our minds? In either case, none of us had a clue what he was up to. Heathcliff? Damn it. Isn't it time we stopped chatting and moved up already? Then he shouted at security from the top of his lungs. Aren't you ashamed of yourselves? That blondie over there is a rookie who's as unfledged as he gets. And that mate there we call our manager has a bad case of lost memories and can't wield a weapon to save themselves. This is what you're struggling against? What a joke! Damn you! Heathcliff, that was too harsh. Here. Much too mean, Heathcliff.
네놈
And last thing, a club you're holding deserves a better owner.
건방진 놈이.
You cocky little. Infuriated security guards swung the club with a furious wish, exploding towards Heathcliff. As Heathcliff swerved out of its way, the roulette behind him bore the force being smashed to pieces. The wish container! Spouts of what I assume was once wish power until moments ago poured through the poor remains of the roulette. As if in death throes, Sod let out an agonized scream before clapping her hands over her mouth. I couldn't help but turn away from this tragic sight. When I grow up, I want to be a wish sticker, giving hope to everybody. I could almost hear the unfulfilled dreams of those lost wishes in my imagination. Boy, listen up, you thickos. You want to admit to your boss about breaking this thing while fighting us and get lambasted for it? Or do you want to make it out? Make it our fault and let us through.
이거
This was a
자그마치
month's
한
worth
달치
of luck.
모임인데
A month's worth of luck. Wow, I couldn't say that for some reason.
2층으로 간다고
It
해도
won't be any safer for you upstairs. Never been too close to safety anyway. Appreciate the advice. Heathcliff came to me with one of his shoulders dislocated, likely when he was grazed by the club.
뭘 봐?
What's the look?
고쳐 주기나
Do
해.
your thing and fix me up.
결심했답니다.
I've made up my mind. Starting now, I won't ever try to discuss plans or anything similar with these people.
기억의 다름이 늦었군요.
Took you long enough to realize. Oh, she just... Wow. Faust, this is one of those times when it's better to keep your mouth shut. No, it was not. That was the perfect little rebuttal. I love that she said that. With that, we dragged ourselves up to the next floor. Wow. You're the depressed poet. Nails are the special bleed that N-Corp units use.
돈이 더 들긴 해도
Okay.
긴급으로 하길 잘했지 않은가?
Alright, so
아니야,
next
넌
time we pick up, we'll be on
정말 두 배로 받을 거라고
2-10.
생각하니까? 그런
I
건
do have a little bit of
정의롭지
lunacy. Let's end with some extraction real quick. I know it's not much, but I want to do a couple. See if we get anywhere. Nothing. Sinclair! Okay, we'll do another. Nothing. Come on. Show me who we got here. Extract again. We're getting nowhere. That's okay. I might have to, there we go. Okay. Return, that's all. That's fine. Okay. Make sure to make modules before you log off. Wait, what do you mean? Wait, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Okay. Identity training. Takeoff modules. Click your stamina bar. Okay, wait. Which one's that? This one. Like that? Turn in the modules to use for dungeons and dailies. Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know that was a thing. That's new. That is new. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Okay. All right, let's end for now. So I learned something new. I love it. Okay. What is this? Pass missions. Daily pass mission. Assemble modules. Clear any stage 2 times, defeat 10 enemies. Okay, so I did 3 daily missions apparently as well. Cool. Now you can keep them and it will reload for next time. Also check your battle pass. You can get the daily clear rewards. Oh, I just did that. Okay. I just did that. So that works. That's awesome. Okay. Let me quit the game for now. Cool. That is off. All right. So we made some good progress. Some very solid progress, I think. We'll start with 2-10 next time, but we started at the beginning of Canto 2, and we got into 2-9 there. We finished 2-9. So nice chunk there in about 2 hours' time. Felt good. Very good to get that far. And we'll probably pick up with this again soon, because I had a lot of fun with it. I'm happy to finally be back playing, to have done another part here tonight. That was awesome. But I don't know exactly when the next time I'll play is, so we'll just have to keep an eye out, but soon, because that for sure. I'm enjoying the story. I'm enjoying the characters a lot more and learning my team a bit more. And I'm sure, you know, things are going to get different and more difficult as we go on. I've got other stuff that I need to do and to learn and to pick up on. And I still have my notes. I have my OneNote open over here that I'll add to as we go and as we continue. But it's fun. It's a very fun game. And the story, the characters, there's something to like about everybody. Whether it's the combat side of the characters or the actual story portions of the characters. And Hong Lu, man, I just cannot get over him. He's so funny. And like I said, in some ways, very adorable. The way he acts is just so silly. But we'll see how things go. That was cool to see. This is one of the most silly chapters, pretty lighthearted. It won't get very hard until after Canto 3. Okay. Well, we've got a while for that. So in the meantime, we can continue just trying to fixate on the basics, I guess. But yeah, that'll we'll get there as we get there. But Hong Lu love, yes, he is cute, absolute adorable, absolutely adorable. Don Quixote's funny too, even though she bullied me. But I love Yi Sang too. He's quite interesting, the Eeyore of the group. A poet. Depressed poet. I want to write him a poem now for some reason. Had you had fun with the game so far? I am very much enjoying it. Very much enjoying the game. I want to learn more. I mean, I even went so far as to buy the book for Gregor. Thanks to Musie's recommendation. But I wanted to read it, and I got a cheap paperback copy of it off Amazon. And it was good. It was a fantastic book. That was better than I expected. Like, I don't know what I was really expecting when I went into it, but it was a very good read. Very good read. So, despite all the bugginess, because you guys know I hate bugs. I'm disturbed by bugs and all that stuff. The insects, I can't do it. Whatever. But that was great. That was a great read. Sad she bullied you. It's all right. It's okay. It only gets better. It's so funny. Wins jackpot translates to brawl. How? I mean, win the jackpot and they decide we're going to fight, whatever. Security said that's enough. That's enough for you. They pulled a fast one on him. Like, what's his face? President of the UFC, Dana White, he's known for being a heavy gambler, and he goes into these casinos and borderline, like, he wins so much money off of them. They laugh. There's a joke that he like borderline bankrupts casinos because he'll go in, win a bunch of money, and get kicked out and banned from casinos for some periods of time or lifetime because of the fact that he just goes in and he puts huge bets down because he knows how to get the return. He makes a ton of money off of gambling, doing stupid shit like that. The dude is notorious for that stuff. And that makes like, I think of that in the fact that they went in, won the jackpot right away. All right, you're done. You're out. We're not dealing with that. Security, let's take care of him. But very fun. Even though they're classic novels, they're all fun to read. There's nothing wrong with classic novels at all. Good classic novels are very good. I still remember reading some classics in high school as part of reading projects and listening to other kids and stuff complain about it. But I enjoyed them. Like, I sat completely enamored when we covered, in my senior year of high school, the original Frankenstein novel was fantastic. And Beowulf, we did a portion on Beowulf, and that was fantastic as well. All the other kids complained about it. I loved them. The teacher decided to share some more like classic novels and stuff with me. And we got into just small discussions on things about the older books in the way that she enjoyed the way I took the time to break down literature and stuff like that. But it was just kind of fun to me, just sitting and digging into these older books that most people don't get into anymore these days. And then going even further back. I remember sitting with her and reading the beginnings of Moby Dick because of how kind of dry it is in the beginning, how it takes a while to actually get into that book. It's just funny to think about how I got into those kind of books and enjoyed them versus how all the other kids were just like, ugh, it's so boring, it's so drab, because they wanted their 10-page scholastic novels that were over in 15 minutes of a read, and then they would write a paper that wasn't even worth an F. Technically impossible to win a jackpot without using illegal tech in J Corp. Oh, so the only other way is through whatever massive amount of luck that Dante had there. I complained about it because I mostly read young adult and kids fan. Hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that, though. You read what you want to read, what makes you feel good, what you like, what you enjoy. I read whatever. I mean, I read such a variety of books. Like, I don't really have a particular favorite, you know, whether it's classic, whether it's modern, whether it's young adult stuff, whether it's fantasy, whether it's horror. I love all kinds of things, but I just enjoy reading. I enjoy stories. Stories always attract me, but there's always something about it. But whatever, you know? I like those. I've read those and they were fun. Absolutely. Moby Dick is Ishmael's book. Yeah, that's actually where I recognized her from. But it was just one of those things that I used to have fun with that. That teacher was awesome. That was one of the few teachers that I actually liked in high school. Strange to think about that, but getting into classic literature and talking with her. And as a fun thing, one thing she used to do is when we would sit and we would do writing prompts. And at least once a week, she would have us sit down and read. And she had a little stereo sitting in the corner of the room that she would put CDs in. It was just one of those little like bubble style CD player stereos. And she would put CDs in with calming or like instrumental type music that would provoke thinking. And she always gave us a little thing that was like, you know, hey, if you guys have any kind of music, classical music or instrumental soundtrack, something like that that you really like, that you find fun to write to read to whatever, something that you enjoy. If you would like, she's like, I always like to hear other types of music. I always like to hear different things. If you would bring a copy of said disc or whatever to me, you know, we could use it while we're doing our writing prompts. Well, the nerd in me at that time, I've always been into soundtracks and instrumentals and things like that. But I was very heavy into the soundtrack for Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack. I gave her a copy of that. She really liked that CD. She really liked the soundtrack for that. And we ended up listening to it a few times in class, and that made me feel good, even though I ended up hated by the rest of the class for that too. My love for the literature and my choice in soundtrack. So, you know. But yeah, it's just one of those things. That was a fun thing. And then I remember she put on a disc the one time and asked me, because she knew I was into anime and stuff like that. She's like, would you recognize this one? And I'm listening to it. I'm like, it is familiar. It's from a movie. It turned out it was one of the Inuyasha movies. Somebody in a previous year had donated that soundtrack to her. So we used to listen to like freaking anime music in class while writing prompts for English and reading books. So it was cool. But Dante is lucky. I am back. The plague doctor has returned. Wish power stolen from the people's lives. They actually take luck and sell it as magic tattoos, essentially, in J Corp. Ooh. That's creepy. Reading is good, like reading Bible, the greatest of books. I actually read all of them. Makes you understand the concept of the religion, makes you feel relieved in a way. Okay. Very interesting. Interesting perspective. Ishmael, the name doesn't match the face from the book to the character in the game. Oh, absolutely not. They tend to do that a lot. So far, from what I'm seeing and what Musie's told me, yeah. Wild. And yeah, the game doesn't match the character exactly. It just takes inspiration from the stories. It's awesome they let you do that. My English teacher played music too. I always loved that. There was very few teachers that I enjoyed in school, but that, you know, I kind of think about that with the novels that are tied to the characters in Limbus Company because of discovering a lot of that in that. So biggest inspiration is from Dante's Divine Comedy. All the synonyms are from books, actually. Divine Comedy. I feel like I did at some point read some of that or an excerpt or something from it for one of my English classes, but I don't remember. That may have actually been in college. I may have had that in English comp in college. I can't remember, but I do remember having something with that book. With the original. Dante had the Ting Tang Gang's wish power on their arm when they hit the jackpot. Yeah, wasted it there. Got them caught by security. Yeah, they put it because I remember Sod pulled that out. All the stories are named under cantos, like parts of the story from a book. Dante's Inferno is part of the Divine Comedy. Yeah. Yeah, something's bothering me with that for some reason. I can't remember for sure if it was just Dante's Inferno or if it was other parts. But I remember doing something with it because the whole like I think that was my English comp 2 in like my second or third semester of college, where we did weird like coverage on different things, and that was part of it. Part of the section we did stuff on The Walking Dead. It was I don't know. It was really strange how that class was broken up, but it was cool either way. Divine Comedy parts into 3 books: Inferno, Purgatorio, and Paradiso. If you look at the drive part in the game, the story you're at right now is Inferno. Yeah, okay, so I've seen that. Yeah, in other updates, probably the other 2 will come. I'm very excited for the future of the game. OMG Walking Dead. Yeah, that was one of the things that kind of caught me by surprise when I got the like thing for the class, the syllabus or whatever, and it told us what books we needed. And the first thing that came up was Volume 1 of the Walking Dead comic. I'm like, wait, am I reading that correctly? Because at that time I was really into the show as well, but I was reading the comics. I was pretty far in the comics. I was getting close to being completely caught up. So it was neat. And we actually I remember writing a whole paper on that. But I had another class where we had to sit and watch, what was the movie? I can't remember the name of the movie. It was a Vietnam movie. But we had to sit and watch it. It was based on the Vietnam War. And we had to do like a critique of it for the class. And it was a different English class, but meh. Like the game, but haven't seen too much of the show. It was okay early on. The show was very good early on. There were some parts like season 2 was kind of but they got back on for a bit. But then later on in the series, once they started progressing and the closer they got to the end, the further off the rails it got, and the more it just kind of felt like it dragged on way too much. So I don't know. I still liked it for the most part for what it was, but I treat it as a separate entity from the comic books. They're 2 different things, 2 different stories, 2 different endings, how everything goes. And then all the spin-off stuff, I haven't even bothered with any of the spin-off stuff, except for Fear the Walking Dead when that first was on. I watched like the first 3 seasons of that, and I haven't watched any of it since. So I'm so behind on it. And I didn't really play, I think I played season 1 of the game with Clementine. But I didn't go any further than it just because I ended up I think that was the only one I had at the time. I think I have the collection now from one of the free giveaways, either Epic Store or Games with Gold on Xbox or something gave it away. So I think I have it. I just haven't gone through and played all of them. But Clementine comics, but they were just a little silly. I read the comics and it was a bit different, but it was okay. I like season 1 and 2 of the games. The one thing that attracted me to the games was it had a sort of feel to it that, with at least what I played with season 1, that was kind of like The Last of Us. It had that same feel, and I really like The Last of Us, so I'll still have to do that on stream one of these days. I'll have to do The Last of Us. Maybe we'll do The Walking Dead someday, but I'd have to start over, and I don't really remember much of the first one, so. But hey, another fun series we could also get into. Last of Us is amazing. I'm crazy for zombie series. Me too. I love anything zombies. I need to go back through, because of the fact that I've never done it completely. My streaming career, I've told this before, but it started on Dead Rising. I played the original Dead Risings, and when I first quit streaming on Twitch, like just because I fell out of it before I came back to streaming and stuff, I got through 1, 2, and part of 3. I don't know if I ever finished 3, but that was before 4 ever came out. And when I got back to it, I think I played the first one, and I played the second. I think I was about to do Dead Rising 2 off the record, and then that was that. I didn't go back. I just started other things, but those are some of my favorites. But Resident Evil's always been great for zombies. Any zombie game, though, I really love. I'm intrigued by some of the new ones that are coming out, but can't go wrong with a good zombie, whether it's hack and slash, shooting, just like trying to avoid, being infected, things like that. Some of the city building type zombie games are good. It all depends. Oh, that's another one I didn't finish. The one on PlayStation. Days Gone. Days Gone. I have that on PlayStation, but I've never finished that game. I started it. I might have to do that one as well. But I know they have that on PC as well. I think I have both Last of Us Part 1 and 2 on PC, which is pretty cool. But Left 4 Dead is fun. State of Decay was okay. I enjoyed that. 7 Days to Die. 7 Days to Die was another really good one, but I wanted to find people to play that with because, the multiplayer aspect of that game and the base building and stuff. But I got into it and I played a little bit on Xbox, but I don't know why, but I'm more into indie games. Nothing wrong with that. I love indie games, but I forget what I was going for there. I do love indie games, and it's one of those things where a lot of times I feel like indie games have a lot more spirit and soul to them than your AAA titles. Sometimes AAA titles are great. I won't knock your big game studios and things like that. As an aspiring game dev myself, it's one of those cases where, they're great and they're great to look at for inspiration, but a lot of times the indie games, people pour more hearts and passion into. So, Fear and Hunger. I don't think I've heard of that one. Zomboid I have heard of. I know we talked about that not long ago. TM, Fear and Hunger in that game. Black Souls are connected by fandom, I guess. I love all of it. Horror is the best genre. Excuse me. I have Days Gone too. My BF bought it for me. That's cool. Like I said, I haven't gotten too far into it, so I don't know much of that game. Will not be doing spoilers for that one. I don't blame you. That seems like one that would be good to experience on your own. Horror is good until Black Souls makes you think about your choices heavily. Ooh. Left 4 Dead I own, but I haven't tried. Oh, you know what? You played that other one, the successor. Wasn't it Back 4 Blood? But weren't you the one that said you played Back 4 Blood? Because if that's the case, then you pretty much would know sort of what Left 4 Dead is like then, I guess. I don't think I've really played Left 4 Dead. I've mostly played solo, but I had a friend a while back that introduced me to the game, and I played that with him once, but that was it. I don't own 7 Days, but would not be opposed to trying it eventually. If you ever feel interested and you want to try it, we could play together. Yeah, I finished Back 4 Blood. See, that's cool. I don't think I finished all of Back 4 Blood. I can't remember how far I got in that one. I don't know. I don't remember. Was also gifted Back 4 Blood from my BF, and we all played it with friends. That's cool. That's awesome. Yeah. Can't remember what else. There's another zombie game that I used to really like. I have Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. They're awesome games. They're good. They're just good, simple fun, and you could go through them easily, you know, without like... Sure, they can get frustrating and stuff at times, but I just mean easily in the sense of like you could sit down, pick up and play those and enjoy it without worrying about too much. You know, that's one of those games that just tried and true, you know, enjoy it, have fun with it. It's a fun game, not written too well, very frustrating sometimes, but a cute game. That's all right. Not everything has to be perfect. I mean, you know, it still can be enjoyable. And if you enjoyed it, that's what matters most. Project Zomboid will forever be my favorite zombie co-op game. I have yet to play it. I'm going to have to get it. I missed out on buying it during the Steam sale. I didn't. And I still have it on my wish list, so I'll get it eventually. But I can't remember. There was another zombie game that I played a while back. I was still living at my parents' house, and I really, really enjoyed it. I did like Dead Island, the original Dead Island, but I wanted to get Dead Island 2. Or actually, I did, because it was free on... What's it called? Epic Game Store. It was free on Epic Game Store. And I picked up Dead Island 2, and that one has co-op, so I'd like to get into that with co-op with somebody. Would be a lot of fun. Same. I will get it for you next sale, probably when there's no time. No, you will not. You will not. You already gifted me the Ace Attorney trilogy. You and Lucky. You do not need to do. I can buy it myself. I am a big boy. I appreciate the thought, but don't you worry. I will get it. Besides, I've got to keep an eye out to find out when your birthdays are. Both of your birthdays are, because I'm returning the favor, whether you like it or not. I am returning the favor. Don't you worry about that. You can't withhold that information from me. And even if it's not on your birthdays, I will return the favor at some point. There's other holidays coming. What would be fun would be something maybe around Halloween time. A big, like, Halloween zombie-related stream or something. I usually do a Halloween stream of a horror game that I can beat. It's just like a tradition that I do. But something else, it would be different to kind of mix it up and do something else, and maybe something co-op with some people would be cool. We get involved in something like that. I'll have to turn all the lights red so we can do Halloween with... do a Halloween stream with some red lights. Not the studio app. That's the wrong one. That's the one where I can make my light patterns. Go be home. Let's turn them all red. See if I can turn them red. Boom. There we go. There's some redness. Red. Make it all red and evil. Boom. I think I did that last year, but I think it would be cool to do server game nights or something. Oh, for sure. As soon as we get the server done, that kind of stuff would be good. I want to do server game nights, server event nights, and things like that, especially because eventually I'm going to get back into the point where I'm balancing my streaming schedule with uploads, and I will do, get back into uploading things the way I normally do and kind of have things a little more spread out. And so nights I do uploads, I'll be more free to do stuff, and we'll have to coordinate schedules and stuff, of course, with everybody and make like a event within the server. But we'll definitely do stuff like that. As I've said before, I want to do, watch parties and stuff too. We can watch movies and anime and all kinds of cool stuff. We've already said the Arknights anime. That'll be one. But I got to get the onboarding testing finished, and then we will get that released to the public. If I can get it figured out, I will release the damn Discord tomorrow if I have time to work on it. But it depends, because tomorrow's going to be a busy day, and I might run a little bit late at work because, I mean, we had an incident today, and it's not something I can really talk about, so I can't go into detail, but we just had an incident today that makes life a little more hell for the IT department for the week. So, or for the end of the week, I should say. Next week won't be so bad once it's all resolved, but, compliance issue with other people, basically. So IT has to bear the hard work now. We also have that. Then I will. No, you won't. But honestly, I shouldn't be so bad. I really shouldn't be too bad in terms of things, but hopefully I'll be out on time tomorrow. But it's just a case where if I can get some time to work on my server, I do plan on tomorrow evening. I'm going to be working on some more voice audition stuff, as well as finishing a recording that I started tonight prior to going live, but kind of failed a couple times on. It was not good. It was too rapid of a line that I was trying to do, that I kept getting tongue-tied over. It was not fun, to say the least. Halloween, March 13th. Halloween is really cool, but the day of is very packed for me. It usually is for me, too. I'm usually really held up on Halloween during the day, but we have a lot of stuff that we do with the kids, or the kids. Excuse me. Sometimes we do like a little Halloween party with my family. Like with my mom and stuff like that. We'll do a little bit of a Halloween party. Last year I wore my doctor cosplay over. Not a single person other than my wife and kids knew who the hell I was. Such is the life, But I will say something actually kind of cool. My mom loves Resident Evil. She actually really does. She got into watching the movies first, and then started watching other stuff and getting interested in seeing like me play the games and stuff. So she knows. She used to read a lot. I tried to interest her in reading the books. She just hasn't had the time to. Because I said the books, they're not exactly, but they're very well written. I thought I liked them for what they are. So it was kind of cool getting her into that. But we spend a lot of time doing random stuff on Halloween. It's late at night usually when I do my stuff, but welcome to the game, and it's a sequel. Oof. Ouch, gotcha. I feel you. Same for mine, too. Send the invite to the Discord channel when it's ready. As I said, I will. I will send you the invite. I will send everybody. It will be put out to the public. It's going to be posted on social media. I'm going to create a permalink for it, and I'll only close it if we have to. But I'll set up a permalink, put it out there, and then we'll put it in the chat, so it'll always pop up when we get new people in here, and we'll go from there. Crazy way to get into Ari. I know that was strange. You know what? I like the movies. Don't go there. I like the movies. Y'all can hate on me all you want. Don't go there. I like them. I do like the animated more. The animated movies were a lot better, but the only one I didn't really care for, being totally honest, as far as the Resident Evil movies go, was the newest one. They tried to do way too much and constrained it into too small of a time. I was very, very disappointed. I had such high hopes for it and ended up extremely disappointed. I was sad after I watched that. My oldest loves it for whatever dumb reason. He loved that movie, but I mean, he's a early teenager, so, you know, whatever. But I do. I love the old school, the original line of Resident Evil movies. And I am kind of looking forward to the new one that's coming. I have high hopes again, but I'm trying to be cautiously optimistic about it. I'm also the same guy that likes the Silent Hill movies. I like both the Silent Hill movies that are out. Even though the first one was a little bit convoluted and messy, the second one, I thought, was pretty decent at what it was trying to do, but it had some flaws and stuff as well. But I liked them. And the second Silent Hill was really cool in 3D. They did that one in 3D. And now the new one that's coming, though, I'm scared because it's based on Silent Hill 2. The new one, I'm very, very scared of that movie flopping. Pretty picky with them. You asked for birthdays, I threw mine in. That was the March 13th, right? I figured that's what you meant. I didn't know the movies. They made two so far. The first, the original Silent Hill, which was kind of like a based off of the first game, but it was switched around a little bit. There was some changes, obviously, liberties taken. Of course, they included Red Pyramid or Pyramid Head in it, which wasn't in the original. That was Silent Hill 2. But then the sequel, Silent Hill Revelation, I think it was called, was based off of Silent Hill 3, but directly tied to the first movie. And they tried to do some things where they kind of tried to clear up some plot holes from the end of the first one. And I think they were okay, but then they did some strange stuff later in the movie that was kind of like, eh. But for the most part, I think they captured the atmosphere well of the town in both movies. They captured some scares, some different elements. They weren't the best, but they were dumb like B-movie flicks. Maybe we could watch those in the server as well someday. That would be fun. Silent Hill 2 Remake made me cry so bad. It's so good. I need to sit down and play that for you guys as well. I need to do a stream for that someday. So that is an amazing game. Very good game. But I'm hoping they do it again. It sounds like Bloober Team, they're working on the original Silent Hill, remaking it now. And if that one goes well too, I'm really hoping that 3 gets redone. 3, the original 3 was the scariest in my opinion. Silent Hill 4 was fantastic for being a different thing. I thought so, but is what it is. Origins was great too, so if they would go back and redo Origins, or Silent Hill 0 as it was known in Japan, it was a great one. All right, guys, I do have to get going, though, so I can get some sleep for work. I'm already showered and everything pre-stream, so I'm going to get moving. But good conversation as always. Fun gameplay. We enjoyed tonight's stream. I hope you all did as well. As always, I appreciate everybody for watching, hanging out here while we're live. Those of you watching on the VOD, remember you're awesome as well. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because it's going to help us continue to grow. As a matter of fact, we actually did. We got 3 new subscribers tonight, so thank you all for subscribing and helping to reach the goal. We are under 75 to the goal, chat. 74 at this point. To 500, to YouTube partner, to the Arc Knights headhunting program. We're getting close. I've got to figure out what to do for 500. So that's another big thing. That's going to be a huge thing for us. But I appreciate you all. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. And we will see you all later on. Take care, everybody. Thanks for playing and chatting. You're welcome anytime. Thank you for being here, everybody. Musy, Lucky, Biotech, Gothic was here earlier. Everybody else new, all the new faces. Thank you all so much for being here. We will see you next time. Take care.